Some love stories change lives, and these change cinema. From a secret affair on a Wyoming mountain to a prince falling for the president's son, here are the top 5 gay romance movies you won't forget. Subscribe to Cine Picks. Let's count them down. Starting at number 5, Brokeback Mountain is the film that changed everything. Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal play Ennis and Jack, two ranch hands who fall deeply in love one summer while herding sheep in Wyoming in the 1960s, and then spend the next 20 years trying to pretend they didn't. Ang Lee directed this with such quiet restraint that every stolen glance and every reunion hits 10 times harder than it would in a louder film. It won Best Director at the Oscars and is widely considered one of the greatest love stories ever committed to film. Not just one of the greatest gay romances, but one of the greatest romances, full stop. Heath Ledger's performance is heartbreaking in a way that still feels impossible to fully put into words.
You don't know nothing about her.
Number 4 is Call Me By Your Name, Luca Guadagnino's sun-drenched Italian masterpiece that turned Timothée Chalamet into one of the defining actors of his generation overnight. 17-year-old Elio spends the summer at his family's villa in northern Italy when Oliver, a graduate student working with his father, arrives and turns his entire world upside down. What follows is one of the most achingly beautiful portraits of first love ever put on screen. The confusion of it, the electricity of it, the grief that comes when it ends. The peach scene is legendary for a reason, and the final scene, just Chalamet's face in front of a fireplace as Sufjan Stevens plays, is one of the most emotionally devastating endings in modern cinema. At number 3, Moonlight won Best Picture at the Oscars, and it absolutely deserved every award it received. The film follows Chiron, a quiet, sensitive black boy growing up in Miami across 3 chapters of his life as he wrestles with his identity, his sexuality, and the world around him that has never made it safe to be who he actually is. Barry Jenkins directed it with an intimacy and visual poetry that makes every frame feel like a painting. And the 3 actors who play Chiron at different ages, Alex Hibbert, Ashton Sanders, and Trevante Rhodes, all give performances that feel like windows into a real person's soul. This is the kind of film that expands what you thought cinema was capable of. Coming in at number 2, All of Us Strangers is the film that completely broke audiences when it came out and is already being talked about as one of the greatest gay romance films ever made. Andrew Scott plays Adam, a lonely London screenwriter who strikes up a tender, unexpected romance with his downstairs neighbor Harry, played by Paul Mescal, while also somehow finding himself revisiting his childhood home, where his parents, who died when he was a child, are still alive and exactly as he remembered them. It's a ghost story, a love story, and a film about grief and longing all at once. Scott and Mescal are extraordinary together, and the film's final act will absolutely devastate you. Do not watch this without tissues.
Mom and Dad? Yeah. Stranger, my own family.
And the number 1 pick, Red, White, and Royal Blue. This is the film that brought gay romance to the mainstream in a way that felt completely new, and it is pure joy from start to finish. Alex Claremont Diaz, the son of the U.S. president, is forced into a fake friendship with Prince Henry of England to smooth over a very public feud, and what starts as reluctant diplomacy slowly, hilariously, and irresistibly turns into something real. Nicholas Galitzine and Taylor Zacher Perez have the kind of chemistry that made this one of Amazon Prime's most-watched films of 2023. And the whole thing is warm, funny, and deeply romantic in a way that the genre has needed for a long time. If you want a gay romance that makes you feel genuinely happy by the end, this is it.
Takes the cake.